Hey guys, it's Claire, and we are gonna do what I read in March. I went through probably one of the biggest reading slumps of my entire life this month, so I only read like 8 books. Very disappointing. I usually read between like 15 and 20 books a month. So this is a really slow month, but it does give me a little more time to talk about each book, so let's jump into it. For my book of the month, I chose my very first Ali Hazelwood book, Love Theoretically, and I gave it 4 stars. Now, I will say this is kind of like most of the Emily Henry books where they all kind of run together for me. So other than like Checkmate, I don't really remember all the differences between the books. And I only have Love on the Brain left to read. Then I read Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis, and this is a highly anticipated book. Probably one of the books I've had in my TBR the longest, but I do have a signed copy. Super fun. I thought this book was very good. I gave it 4 stars. It was a little slow to get into. Honestly, I think the content could be reduced maybe 100 pages and you still would have gotten the same effect. I think the main character in this book, what's her name? Elizabeth Zott, I think she's incredible. I think Mad Zott's incredible, and it really puts into perspective how terrible things were for women back in the day. Then I read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and I considered myself a huge Riley Sager fan, but I mean, I really think I only enjoyed The Only One Left, like if I'm really thinking about it. This was really slow for me to get into. This is why I think I had a reading slump. But I did like the ending. I like this ending much more than The House Across the Lake and Final Girls, so I did give it 4 stars because his writing is still amazing. It's just, am I going to be talking about this book after this video? Probably not. Then I read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is another 4-star read. This month, I think all but one book were 4 stars. Riri! But again, I can't tell you the difference between this book and Love Theoretically. So there's that. Then I read probably one of my least favorite Frida McFadden books, The Teacher. I gave it 4 stars, but honestly, I don't know if it deserves that. Yeah, here is where we're gonna get a little into spoiler territory. Ree, you have to be in here? You gotta be in here? The husband is banging a student, the wife's banging a student. It's all weird. It's all really weird. And then at the end, she forces him to leave even though she's doing the exact same stuff. So not one of hers I recommend, but I still love a good Frida McFadden. This was a one-sitting read, and I think that's why I ended up giving it 4 stars. Then I finally read What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, another book I got on Book of the Month. And the first one I read of hers was No One Can Know, and I loved it. This one's no exception. It's also a 4-star read. I think my cat bit the cover. Really slow for me to get into at first, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. The twists at the end were absolutely crazy. Like, I was right about a couple things. You will never guess who actually attacked her. You won't guess. Like, you will not figure it out. There are very tiny little hints that make it make sense when you find out who it is, but you won't figure it out. Then I attempted to read The Handmaid's Tale, and I gave it a 1. I requested to put on hold on Libby. I'll try listening to it, but there's no punctuation for direct quotes, so I have no idea how to read it. Like, my brain just is like, thinks it's like Greek or something. It just doesn't make sense to me. And lastly, Pucking Wild came in. I got the deluxe version with the bonus chapter. I really don't like how in all hockey romance books, the sequel books are about the friends in the group. I just don't care. I really don't care, but I already devoured Pucking around 3 times. I read both of the volumes twice, and now I've read them 3 times. But I got this a couple days ago, read it all in one sitting. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I think Tess and I are pretty similar people. Ryan's amazing. Just, yeah, we all need a Ryan in our lives.
Love when she take control. She beat my meat. whack-a-mole. I arch my back, curl my toes. Submissive and breathable.
I am really worried though for fucking sweet to come out, because as someone who majored in public relations, I don't know how they're gonna make that not crazy. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. That's what I read in March. I will see you in April.